Sometimes the real glow up isn't louder, it's quieter, it's recalibration.
Welcome back to OWB, Obsessed with Building, the Recalibrated Season. Nobody talks about this part. What we do right after life breaks us down. I went to work the same day my mother passed. It was just a little after 6 a.m. when the nurse called. Her voice was calm, but I already knew. My mom, she passed at 5:45 that morning. I went to the hospital to make sure it was real. I stood there looking at her, saying a goodbye nobody's ever really ready for. And for a moment, the world just stopped. But on the way back home, my phone full of appointments. Clients booked all week. My first thought, cancel everything. And I did. I called. I told them, I said, I can't make it. Something happened. But the busy bee in me took over. You know how we do. But before I even pulled into my driveway, I called them back. I said, never mind. I'll be there. I chose work over the quiet, over the grief I have just left behind. I told myself I was being disciplined, that I was strong. Truth, I was running from the woman who just left that hospital room. And that's the thing about being the strong one. You see, you don't really realize you're breaking until there's nothing left to hold you together. Welcome to OWB, the Recalibrated Season. I'm Lillian, and this season, we're talking about what it really means to build. Because you can't build a legacy while running from your own soul. We live in a culture that worships hustle and calls it strength. We are told that if we stop, we're falling behind. See, I carried that belief straight from a hospital room, and I went straight into my styling chair. I convinced myself that grinding was the answer. even though my soul was screaming for a pause. But the truth, I wasn't strong. I was depleted. I used my business as a shield, so I wouldn't have to sit with what just happened. Let me make this clear. Productivity ain't gonna heal you. And building anything on top of unprocessed pain will cost you more than it ever gives. If you feel like you gotta keep going just to keep it together, listen, strength ain't about not feeling pain. It's about knowing when to be still. That moment forced me to face something I've been avoiding forever. I couldn't work my way out of my feelings. I had to rebuild my life. Because the foundation I was standing on, it cracked the moment I believed my value was tied to what I did. That journey from busy bee, the busy bee mode, to moving with purpose and intention is what led me to create Recalibrated, building from a different place. And let me be real. I didn't make this from a place of having it all figured out. I made it because I was done building from a broken place. I had to separate who I was from what I produced. I had to learn how to be Lillian, the woman, before I could fully step into Lillian, the visionary. Because if your identity lives only in what you do, you will abandon yourself every single time life tells you to pause. That phone call at 6 a.m. wasn't just about loss. It wasn't. It was a wake-up call for me. Not just emotionally, but structurally. I realized if I didn't change how I was building, I would end up with a packed schedule, right? A successful brand and an empty life. Most people, they wait for burnout, wait for loss, wait to hit rock bottom. I'm telling you now, you don't have to wait. You can decide right now, today, to build differently, to move differently, to choose yourself without needing anyone's permission. Before we close, here's your recalibration for the week. You don't have to void that cancellation of your own rest just to prove your value. You are already valuable. And the work, it will still be there when you are whole. If you're ready to go deeper, recalibrated, building from a different place is ready for you. This isn't just a book. It's my truth, my transformation, and your roadmap to build without losing yourself along the way. All of this information, you can find it in the show notes. I'm Lillian. This is OWB, the recalibrated season. And I'll see you in the next episode of OWB.
It's recalibration.
With that being said, if you're still here with me, I don't want you to just hear this and move on like it's nothing. Because a lot of what we talk about in these episodes, it's real life. And everybody's at a different place with it. So I didn't just create this as content. I built something to support you through it. It's called Recalibrated. That's the full system behind everything I'm sharing here. The episodes you're watching, they are the story. But the course is where I actually walk you through the rebuilding process. Step by step. So you're not just understanding it, you're applying it. Now, if you're not ready for that yet, that's okay. I also made an ebook version of Recalibrated. So you can still sit with it and move through it in your own time. And for those of you dealing with emotional eating patterns, I also created a separate guide called The Secret We Eat. Because sometimes it's not just the mindset. It's what we reach for when life gets heavy. Everything I created is just meant to meet you where you are. No pressure, no timing. Just support when you are ready for it.
It's quieter.
You'll find everything linked below.
It's recalibration.